The value of Indigenous plants you can talk about on quite a few levels. Firstly is the biodiversity level, which means their value to the animals, birds, insects that use the plants. And secondly, we can talk about the human value. Through local native plants, you can really start connecting with a place. You can start seeing plants in a way that you've probably never seen before and how they fit into the landscape that you are now in. So people can really feel connected to a place through plants. David Sparks from St Kilda Indigenous Nursery Co-op, and I'm the nursery coordinator, and we are situated in Port Melbourne. There can be up to over 100 species of plants, small plants that don't get bigger than about a metre and a half, really intertwined and just full of flowers. It'd be pretty hard to explain if you haven't. What we see today, it would have been really remarkably different. Like if you go down to where Albert Lake was, there's accounts of it being as biodiverse as Kakadu. Like the amount of bird species, the amount of turtles, like it really was meant to have been quite spectacular. They came with the idea, looking for community engagement, using recycled materials, and because of the nature of that project, they decided that, well, having Indigenous plants would make sense, and having a community Indigenous nursery doing that would tie in really well with what they were trying to achieve. And they wanted to ensure that people had an idea of what used to be in the Docklands, even before the Docklands were the Docklands. And so we came up with a list of coastal plants, I guess with the idea of people who come into that space, and it's a green space, that they start feeling connected before European invasion happened.
So several years ago, my architect friends Christy Petsinas and Tim Wilson of Folk Architects and I tendered for a temporary activation of the Docklands Harbour Esplanade. And basically our idea was, what does the Docklands need? Well, it needs low-lying, small-scale architecture, greenness, good coffee, and wind shelter. So we sort of came to the idea of building a greenhouse with a plant installation from an artist. We then invited Seven Seeds to run a cafe as well. I'm Melissa Lochnan. I run Utopian Slumps, which started as a gallery and now is an art consulting agency based in Melbourne. We were awarded the tender, and then Skink came along and did some outdoor planting for us as well. So working with Indigenous edible plants and Indigenous grasses, and trying to kind of focus on coastal plants too. It's quite exposed and quite barren. There's not a lot of trees in this particular area. There is some lawn, but we really thought it would benefit from more planting around the outside of the building as well. It just encourages people to sit around the plantings and to sit outside and enjoy the sun. And a lot of the people that come to Hortus are office workers from nearby that probably, it's only on their lunch break, they actually get to have some outdoor time. We just wanted the site to be a real site for activity and to have a community sense that people could use it as a communal backyard or, you know, a little parkland. If you're a resident in the area, what you should really be planting yourself, what survives in the area, and having them really flourish in the area is a testament to the fact that they belong here. And hopefully that kind of encourages residences and local businesses to rethink their landscaping. And we were really wanting something that looked Australian, that looked like it belonged in the area, and to kind of bring back maybe some of what the Docklands would have looked like years ago before the development started.